Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs, and today we are going to finish our little pilgrim boy. So this is what we've gotten so far. So we are going to start decreasing on both ends because this is 25 rows and you should have 25 squares. So we're going to chain one and turn now. We are not doing that chain two and turning from here on out. So you're going to slip stitch in the first two stitches, okay, and then that third stitch, we're going to do the falling leaf stitch in that third stitch. All right, and we just made a corner right here, okay. All right, so then we're going to switch over to blue, and we're going to put 7 blue in. And then the chain one and slip stitching in the next two stitches, you'll do that from here on out. That's how you'll start every row now. So there is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, and now we need to bring up our peach, and we're going to put 5 peach in next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we need to go to our brown. We're going to put 3 brown in next. We're leaving that peach behind and carrying our blue with us. All right, and now we need 7 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to switch over to our brown. Alright, so here is the other corner right here. Normally, our last stitch would be here, okay? Now, because we're decreasing on both ends, our last stitch is here. The last blue is going to be where your brown will go from now on. So your last stitch will be on that last blue stitch. You'll make your brown square here, and then this stitch right here, we're going to slip stitch into that. Okay, and there you go. So that is our row 26, and also in row 26 you should have 24 squares. So because we increased starting here, we had 1, and then row 2 we had 2, row 3 had 3, so and so forth. Now we're going to decrease because we're decreasing into another corner, into our last corner. All right, so row 26 is done. We're going to go to row 27 next, where you'll have 23 squares because we're decreasing by 1 square from here on out. And we're just going to chain 1 and turn. This is how we start every row now. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then in our 3rd stitch, we're making our square. Alright, and then we need to switch over to blue and we need 6 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and we're going to bring our tan back in. So now we need 1 tan here. And then we're going to go to our brown and put 3 brown in. Leave that tan behind. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and now we're going to bring up the peach, and we need 1 peach, and then one brown. Gonna make the other eye. And then we're going to go back to our peach and put 2 peach in. And then we'll be done with the peach in this row. We're almost done with the peach anyway. One more row of it. All right. And then we need to bring our blue, and we need to finish this row off by putting 7 blue and a brown at the end. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. And then again, this is the last blue, which is your last stitch of the row. Make your brown square here and always slip stitch to the first brown stitch next. All right, so there we go. So there is row 27 finished. Row 28, chain 1 and turn. And so we are going to slip stitch in the first 2, as we are doing from here on out. We're starting out with our brown. And then we need to switch over to our blue and put 6 blue in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need our peach. And we're going to put 4 peach in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Alright, so now we need our brown, and we need to put 3 brown in next. And make sure you bring that blue with you. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need 2 tan. And then we're going to switch over to blue. And we need 5 blue and a brown at the end to finish off this row. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then here's our last square here, which is brown. And there we go. So this peach, we are all finished with this peach. We can cut it off and pull it out of there. All right. And that finishes off row 28. Oh, we weren't done with that peach. Okay. That's all right. I'll just have more ends to tie down. Okay, so anyway, we are going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches here, and then start our square in the third. That's how we're doing this now. And we need to switch over to our blue, and row 20, this is row 29, we need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need 2 brown, tan, not brown, tan, and this row we're adding in gold. Well, this is a really dark yellow that I'm using as a gold. And it's for the buckle on his hat. So you can actually use an actual gold color if you like. But I'm just going to use this, just to use this color up. Alright, so we need one of these yellows next, or gold. Dang it. Hang on a second. I want to leave that tan behind. Now let's put this gold in. Alright. Well, that's that, okay. Yellowish color, alright. So we are done with that. And then we need brown. I'm switching over to brown. We got that started. We need 3 brown. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And we thought we were done with this, but we're not. I'm just going to tie it back on. By using my magic knot. Make it tight. Alright. So we actually need 3 of these peach colors next. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then we're going to switch to blue. Alright, and we're going to finish off this row by putting 6 blue and 1 brown. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. And there we go. So there's that one. Alright, that's row 29 finished. I'll chain 1 and turn for row 30. We'll start out with our brown, and then we need to put 6 blue in next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. It looks like we're bringing a tan down here. So we're going to bring this tan down here. Bring up this peach, because you're going to need that next. So we're going to put a tan in right here. And we'll bring that tan with us. And we're going to put 1 peach in here. We are done with that peach now. And now we need 3 brown. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Then we need 2 gold. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need our tan. So we just need 1 tan next. And a brown. We'll leave that tan behind. Alright, and then we need 3 blue and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 3 blue. I'm going to bring the brown up. Alright, and this is what we've got in row 30. In row 30, you should have 20 squares. 20 squares crossed there. And we'll be back for row 31 in a moment. Okay, row 31, we'll start out with the brown. And then we need 3 blue. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need a brown. And then we're switching over to this gold. But we're going to make sure that we bring this tan up with it. So it'll be gold, tan, gold next. So gold, tan, gold. We need to bring that tan with us though. and leave the gold behind. And then we're going to put 3 brown in next. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need the tan next. Okay. And then it is brown, 5 blue, and a brown to finish off this row. So there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. And then I cut that peach off too because that was the last of the peach. So this is row 31 finished, and let's mark it off. All right, so we're going to chain 1 and turn. 32. All right, we need 1 brown and 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we need 5 brown next. So there's 1, and 2, and on this third brown we need to bring that tan up and bring with us. So make sure you bring that tan with you. Alright, so there's 3, 4, and 5. Wait a minute. I need that blue too. My blue got left behind. So this is the 5th one. Alright, so now we need a tan, and 2 gold. We're almost done with that gold. Oh, hang on a second. We need to leave this tan behind though, because we're not going to need that tan the rest of this row. Alright. There we go. Now I need 2 gold here. Leave that behind. We need our brown. And we need 2 brown, 2 blue, and 1 brown to finish off this row. And 2 blue. And this one is and then 1 brown here. Alright. So there's that. So row 32 is finished. Row 33 is next. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start out with 1 brown and 2 blue. We need 2 blue and 2 brown next. So there's 1. And 2. Alright, and then 1 gold and 2 tan. Bring up our tan. And then we need 5 brown, 3 blue, and a brown to finish this off. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. So, and then now 3 blue and a brown. All right, there's our brown. All right, so there, he's shaping up. All right, so 33 is done. 34. First of all, before we start 34, we are done with this gold, so the gold can be cut off and taken out of there. So we're going to chain 1 and turn for 34. All right, and we'll start out with the brown. 1 brown, as usual. And then we need 1 blue. And then we need 4 brown next. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And then we need 1 blue and 2 tan. So there's 1. And 2. And then we'll go back to our brown and put 3 brown in. This don't look great. Yeah, that's way off. That ain't right. Oh. Alright, guys. I did all this wrong. I'm so sorry. All the way back here to this blue. We're supposed to put 3 blue in, and I didn't. I put 1. Too much in a hurry, I think. Alright, so there's 1. We need 3 blue. I don't know why that didn't look right. 2. And 3. Now we need to go to our brown and put our 4 brown in now. So it kind of goes together like a puzzle, and you kind of know if it's off, if you're off with it, because the colors don't look right on there. 3, and this is 4. Alright, and now I could put my 1 blue in here, and 2 tan. So much better. There we go. Now we just need 3 brown, 1 blue, and 1 brown to finish it off. So there's 1. Alright, I need some more yarn off of this thing. Two and three. All right. One blue, one brown. Then it'll be finished. There's row 34 and what it looks like. All right, so now 35. In 35, you should be down to 15 squares. So we're going to start out with our brown, as we usually do. One brown, three blue. No, one blue. Now I know why I did that, because I was looking at the row below. All right. This is where the one blue is. And then we need three brown. All right, so there's two. And three. And then we need our tan. We need to put two tan in. So there's one and two. All right. I'm going to finish this row off by putting three brown and, no, four brown. Oh, wait a minute. That ain't right. It was one tan, one blue. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. So we did the three brown here, one tan, and two blue. That is the end of that tan. And then four brown, two blue, and a brown to finish it off. So there's one, two, three, 4, and then 2 blue and a brown. 1 and 2. Okay, almost done with it. So that's row 35, and you should have 15 squares for that. And we'll be back for row 36 in a moment. Okay, so row 36, I cut the tan off because we're done with that tan. Now we're just down to 2 colors, and we're just using the brown and the blue now. So we're going to start out with 1 brown, and then we need 2 blue and 3 brown. So there's 1. And 2. So there's 1. Need some more brown out of off of this thing. All right. So I said what, 3 brown? Yeah. This is 2 and 3. Then we need 3 blue and 3 brown again. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Back to our brown. Three brown. That was 2, and this is 3. And we're going to finish this row off by putting 1 blue and 1 brown. There you go. All right, and so that is row 36, and row 37 is really easy. We are going to start out with 1 brown, and then we're going to put 11 blue and a brown at the end. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Switch over to our brown and put our brown in. Keep that border going. And there is row 37. Now row 38, you will have 10 blue between the browns, and row 39 you'll have 9 until you get to row 47. You'll have, once you get to row 47, you'll have 1 blue, 1 brown, 1 blue, 1 brown. I will see you on row 48 because this should decrease on its own, and I will see you at row 48 then. Alright, so this is row 47, which is 1 brown, 1 blue, 1 brown. Should be down to 3 squares. We can actually cut this blue off because we're done with it. And get that out of there. Chain 1, turn for row 48. And we need to put 2 brown in next. And row 49, you only need 1 brown, which is right here. And we can cut that off. Alright, so this, oh my goodness, that is awesome. That turned out pretty good. Alright, so this is our Pilgrim boy, and all we have to do now is tie down the ends and do the border. And our jack-o'-lantern diamond, in our jack-o'-lantern diamond, you go back to that one and do the border exactly how I did it on that one, and it is the exact same thing. So that ends this diamond. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.